All right, what's up, everybody? We're back with more of Avernum 3 Ruined World. Here we are at Stormport, which is the town after we did a courier job for Libras and Squigus, and also explored the Lost Isle. So now it's time to see what Stormport has to offer. Oh, ooh, we discovered some bandits. I wonder if that will be part of a quest, but I don't know. Tinker's gloves. You know what? We could use the boosted tool use right now, so I'll go ahead and put those on. Since I haven't had many opportunities to even train that, you know. A tall, thin, twitchy man is sitting behind the counter. He's using a rag to energetically polish what looks to you like a shard of broken glass. He stands up. Ah, welcome to you, stout traveler. I am Valentino. Welcome to my shop. He sits back down. What sort of shop is this? He's very pleased that you asked. Why, I collect and distribute all manner of wondrous items. Here's how the process works. You sell me the excess crud you don't want. I hack the price and make it available to others for purchase. Elegant, eh? What sort of wondrous items do you have? Well, all sorts of wondrous items. And, of course, a lot of garbage. He shrugs. Elegant seems like a strange word to use. Perhaps, and yet it is so. Well, now, want to buy something? Valentino is still polishing his shard of broken glass. Let's do some trading. Valentino seems blissfully lacking in any idea of what items are valuable and what aren't. However, with time, you're able to pick through the debris and find a few nice things. I would like to sell something. I mean, the stuff we had is a lot more valuable than what he can give us. This dusty room is filled with crates filled and shelves laden with piles upon piles of old stuff. Some is junk, some useful. It will take quite a while to sort through it. None of it belongs to you. Okay. At least we're making more money. An Empire soldier sits at the table, having a good solid meal. He is displeased by the interruption, furious that you would break into his house. He draws a sword in order to teach you a bit of a lesson. Whoa. Oh, that's unfortunate. For the most part, though, we are keeping a good low profile. Okay, that was just somebody's house we broke into, pretty much. Oh, another courier? This woman is a middle-aged merchant, dignified and calm. She's wearing fine jewelry and rich clothes. She greets you and shows you her luxurious wares, enabling you to tell how nervous she is under the surface. As she shows you an assortment of fine cloaks, she says, I am Dana, by the way. What trade are you in? Well, I'm run shipping up and down the East Coast. Right now, we're looking for couriers. Up the East Coast to where? From up here to Squigus and beyond. How does one become a courier? We need supplies run up to Squigus. You can purchase bundles here and carry them up there. They'll pay you handsomely for them. It's been very hard to get couriers lately, alas. There's been some monster troubles. Do you know anything about the monster troubles? He looks annoyed, but not at you. You should ask Mayor Runkle. He's next door. He's been useless for dealing with the problem, but at least he may be able to explain it. Dana still looks on edge. What? Yes? What now, adventurer? I'd like to buy some bundles to take up to Squigus. Okay, well, we already completed that quest, so I guess she was just another option we could have used instead of the other guy. Hey, but, oh well. You meet a tired, thin old man. He sits behind the desk contemplating his skull. You notice that the skull has rubies for eyes. Greetings, I am Mayor Runkle. Why are you looking at a skull? It belonged to a nasty undead creature. When my soldiers destroyed it, it was brought to me. The undead to the northeast aren't as bad as the monster plagues I hear the big cities have been having, but they are a threat. Tell me about your town. I'm the mayor of Stormport. It's sort of a different post around here. I'm the administrator for several towns, and believe me, we have problems. What towns are you the administrator of? He counts the towns off of his fingers. Stormport, Libras, Lost Isle, Gorst, Gebra, Bolton, Squigus. I take care of administrative details for them all. And, of course, try to protect them from monsters. What problems have you had to deal with? Are there monsters here as well? He holds up the skull he was looking at. There's undead to the northeast, lots of them. We don't know who's making them, and they move farther south every day. The Empire's no use, as always. Why doesn't the Empire send you help? When things were peaceful, an Empire adjunct would be through every week, bothering me about one thing or another. Now, when we really need their help, we don't get one gold piece, not one soldier. I don't know what's going on up there, but if they don't start helping out more, this whole area will go straight to hell. Shouldn't you send someone out to take care of these monsters? He covers his face with his hands. Of course, but I have almost no troops and no money to pay some useless mercenaries. And the Empire doesn't help at all. I'd quit this job in an instant, but nobody is dumb enough to replace me. What sort of undead are attacking? Oh, the standard array. Ghastly ghouls to stalk our soldiers. Shades to float in and kill our livestock. And zombies to chase the kids around. I am an adventurer. I'm sure I can deal with this undead problem. And I suppose you'll be wanting a reward when you're done. Well, we don't have any money to give you, and we need all of our supplies. So do what you want, but don't expect much. Rumor has it a tower appeared to the north. Just appeared. Poof. There are lots of ghouls and such around there now. Seems a natural place to investigate. Okay. So we do get a quest from him to clear out the undead. Alright, generic armor smith. Generic chef. Beggar woman kneels by the docks. In addition to an alms bowl, she holds a roll of tickets. I am Leica. Are you selling those tickets? She sneezes and wipes her nose on her sleeve. Well, I'm a beggar, really, but lately I've been more of a ticket seller. What are the tickets for? You can purchase tickets to the city of Gebra from me. Only 12 coins. 10 for the ticket plus a 2-coin service charge. What's the service charge for? It's also known as a keep the poor beggar woman from starving to death charge. Seems reasonable enough when you put it like that. Leica watches you, alms bowl in one hand, tickets in the other. Good day to you. Bye. Okay, we'll worry about Gebra when we can. In the meantime, let's see if we can take care of the undead. Tomb of Vahkohs. You step into the gloomy halls of this huge, dark stone building. Just inside the entrance, there is a large entry hall, watched over by an ornate, empty throne. The halls are not empty, however. They're full of undead wandering aimlessly about. Interesting. They seem uninterested in attacking you. They don't even seem to notice you. When you try to engage this undead creature in conversation, it lets out a loud groan and shambles past you. At least it doesn't try to eat your blood or anything. Okay, at least we can get some loot in the meantime. Okay, we found one passageway in. Let's look for more real quick. Okay, so this was just an alternate way in, it looks like. I just want to make sure we had it all covered. You meet what can only be a vampire. He is tall, thin, and completely pale. He watches you with amusement, estimating exactly how much blood you contain. I am Vahkohs, he says. You have decided to intrude upon my lair. Interesting. You are undead? Of course. I have been alive for centuries, moving from lair to lair, devouring one adventurer after another. The Empire hasn't tried to kill you? The Empire are incompetent. They can't even control you Avernites. It must have been obvious. It must have been obvious to it from where you are from. Vahkohs smiles. This conversation is tiresome, but we can continue it if we must. Why haven't you attacked me yet? Oh, I suppose I should be slaying and devouring you, but I wish to welcome you first. How odd. He grins, his fangs are impressive. This is my tomb. Lovely, isn't it? Huge, imposing, sepulchral, everything I hoped for. I had my undead servants make it for me. They must be skilled. They are wonderfully useful servants. They watch the woods for me, build my home, keep me company. Don't know what I would do without them. It rubs his fang with the long red tongue. But enough chatter about that slaying and devouring. I have a challenge for you. Tell me of this challenge. You adventurers are such a greedy lot, so I'll tell you what. I'll let you loot my treasure stores. I'll wander off and let you have your fun. Then, in return, I get to slay you as you try to escape. Doesn't that sound fun? Now, do you agree or disagree? All right, let's do it. Excellent. Vahkohs roars. He claps his hand and disappears. You hear the roaring of many undead joyously releasing the loud to attack you. You glance behind you, checking if the invaders have entered. When you turn back, Vahkohs is gone. The inside of the sarcophagus is dusty. The shard's bone inside haven't been disturbed for some time. It's probably just here for show. Alright, looks like we're gonna have to exterminate some undead now. You found one of Vahkohs' spellbooks. It's thoroughly chained down, but you could still read it if you wanted. The vampire's writing is cramped and his magical formulae are confusing to the extreme. Nonetheless, he managed to get some knowledge from the ancient pages. Ooh, protection. You read some of the writing. It is so interesting that I have to read it aloud. You all listen attentively for several minutes. Then when you have stopped reading, you find that you can't remember what you heard. You feel dizzy and weak. Okay. Hey, you know what? Every bit helps as far as money and loot goes, right? Ooh, shadowy shield. I wonder if that's any good. There's only one person in my party that can wear a shield, though. Nah. We'll sell it. Oh, dang it. All right, do we still need a tool use for that, or? Okay. Okay, so we did loot some of his stuff. But how do we not have a high enough dispel barrier? I thought we would. Oh, this barrier is too powerful to ever be affected by the spell. Okay. Okay, so we do have a high dispel barrier, but... yeah, it's not strong enough to affect that, apparently. Maybe we can knock it down by some other means. The undead themselves are definitely easy to kill. So this is something we probably could have taken on a lot earlier. Make sure I get that ruby. Ooh, this is Vahkohs himself. Okay, there was a little bit of lag there, but it's all right. You strike the final blow, and the vampire Vahkohs falls. As expected, his body begins to molder immediately. However, something very unexpected happens. His spirit rises from his decaying form and hovers in front of you. It doesn't make any sound. It just floats away through a nearby wall. It seemed too insubstantial to affect you. Very odd. Now that the tomb's owner has been defeated, the undead horrors in this area should fade away. Victory is yours. Right, Drake skin cloak. Put that on him. Oh, look at that. 5% hit chance. Wow. Okay, I don't remember this being that simple. So it is something we're going to have to come back to, I feel like. Let's just loot up what we can here. You emerge from the rear exit of the tomb on the other side and find a small glade. The twisted, blackened trees block out most of the sunlight. In the middle of the rocky clearing, you see a pedestal. There is a crystal on top of it. You find a large crystal on the pedestal. It's a beautiful, delicate piece of work, almost fauna-type quality. However, there is a light flickering inside it, moving back and forth as if it were alive. The light is an ugly, sickly green. As you look at the stone, you hear a voice in your heads. It says, "Thank you for saving my home from its evil invaders. Now, at last, I can rest happily. Blessings upon you." After that, there is only silence. About all you could do is break the crystal if you wanted. Hoping you're doing the right thing, you shatter the crystal with one sure swing of your weapon. As the pieces of quartz fly across the glade, the spirit inside rises up and begins to scream. You recognize the voice. It's Vahkohs. "Curse you!" It screams as it begins to fade. "Curse you! Curse you for all eternity!" And it's gone. At last, this dark creature has been eliminated for good. If you did choose to leave, by the way, after defeating Vahkohs the first time, then he would bother you like constantly with dialogue, similar to the Zion Skull. So yeah, I'm glad I remembered that that it wasn't complete quite yet at that moment. So I do remember leaving the tomb right away, and then him like interrupting us constantly with like dialogue. And more undead to fight. Wow. Okay. At least we did finish off the undead finally. I slew a vampire named Vahkohs, so you should have little trouble with the undead now. You tell the tale. Did you? As I said, I can't pay you. I don't even know that you really helped us. So I suppose you've... Well, this is difficult. I don't want it to get out that I stiffed an adventurer who helped me. Makes life difficult. Go talk to Dana. Tell her I said she should reward you. She will help you out somehow. Mayor Ronco said that you could reward me for helping with the undead. Allegedly helping with the undead, you mean? I knew he would stick me with this problem. I told him he shouldn't ask you anything. She sighs. All right, you're an adventurer. I have something that can help you. Go into my home and look under the bed. There's a book there. You can read it. You might learn from it. Where's your home? The northwest corner of town. You look under this bed, and sure enough, you find a dusty old book. It is a prayer book cast under here by someone who is clearly unimpressed by the sanctity of its contents. When you read it, however, you find it to be extremely interesting. Alright, so we gained a boost to minor heal. So, thanks, Dana. Appreciate that. A new month has begun. Items in the stores are cheaper today. I mean items, right? Not like spells or anything. I want to buy some tickets. She takes your money and hands you your tickets. 3 of your coins end up in her bowl. He then says, donate a few coins to the cause, kind adventurer. Okay, here you go. You hand her more money. She says, watch yourselves on Gebra unless you're well equipped to defend yourselves. They're a weird lot, and not everyone who goes there comes back, if you get my meaning. Many fishermen ply their trade in the stormy waters off southern Avernum. Most of them make a few extra coins by ferrying people south to Gebra. Fortunately, you have a ticket. The trip to Gebra takes a while. You have to sail around Gorst Island to get there. When you land, the fishermen say, come back to the dock and wait. Next time we're by, we'll take you back. And watch out, the people in Gebra are odd. Then they leave. You crack open the book and flip through it. This is a book of training in the martial arts. It describes a variety of fascinating and elaborate moves, all of which could be performed by a very skilled and strong person with years of careful training. Actually, upon further inspection, you start to suspect that the moves depicted are not, and in fact, possible. The poses are certainly not attainable by you. You meet a sour-faced man and monks, sour little man in monk's robes. I am Vahkohs. When you approached, he was performing a complicated stretching exercise. Greetings. He looks at you coldly. I am in charge for welcoming people to Gebra. Anything interesting going on in town? This is a quiet, uninteresting town. Perhaps you should return to Stormport. It's much more interesting there. You seem eager for me to return to Stormport. He graces you with an icy smile. It's a lovely town with much to offer and only a short boat ride away too. I'm sure you would find it much more interesting. He walks off. How do you welcome people? I tell people all the things Gebra has to offer. What does Gebra have to offer? He looks at you blankly. Come to think of it, we don't have anything to offer. Just some crops and dull people. Fortunately, it's very easy for you to return to Stormport. Why don't you? He walks off. You meet one of Gebra's citizens. Odd. Most people you met in Avernum aren't this thin or haggard looking. This person is quite quiet for a few moments, as if having trouble figuring out exactly what is going on. Finally, after a long, awkward pause, words emerge. I am a Gebran. What trade are you in? You wait while the question percolates through the townsperson's brain. I farm. Do you enjoy it? Farm. Yes, farm. For food. Are you okay? Another long, confused pause. Yes, food. That is what I farm for, and I am busy. Perhaps you should rest? Yes, food. Farm. The person vacantly wanders off. Okay, so this is definitely quite the town so far. You open the door and see a room with a half-dozen sleeping mats. There are monks sitting on several of them, chanting, meditating, and performing complicated and demanding stretching exercises. Your relief at only finding a bunch of monks instead of bizarre monsters is short-lived. The moment they see you, they emit high shrieks and charge. What the heck? I like how a couple of them are named another monk. Wow. What in the world? The chest contains papers, lots of them. They are covered with dense, handwritten writings. You can't make much sense of them. They seem to involve avoiding the end times, strenuous self-denial, and the feisty slap of pain. What? Feisty slap of pain. What is this town we just ventured on? The heck? Okay, so that was Gebra. We found a shield ring here, which we'll sell. You have been ambushed. You aren't attacked by humanoids or slimes, though, but by a vicious band of sneaky, muscular monks. They leap out of the scrub, shout, "Feisty slap of pain," and charge. What is even this? Yeah, what did you write here? Oh my god, I think I actually do remember this part. I just wasn't thinking about it until just now. Oh, Jeff, what inspired the writing for this section here? I wonder. Okay, at least we leveled up finally. What is even this level, though? I mean, not level, but this section. I think I only did. You search the bodies of these humans trying to find some clue to who they are, what they're doing out here, or why they attacked you. You find nothing. It is very odd. Indeed. Okay, it looks like the only one we're going to be able to get here is the orb, so we'll do that. Even though the island seems incredibly remote and unsettled, you find persistent signs of human occupation. A footprint here, a broken branch there. You look for signs of village or settlement, but you find nothing. Oh god, I think I remember this sequence entirely. Okay, you know what? Now I think I remember this. I've done this once and it was crazy. But you know what? Let's go ahead and cover this in the next part of Let's Play, so I'll see you all until then.